Amen. Can't nobody do me like Jesus.
Amen.
He is my friend.
Thank you.
Now, if you don't have any other friend, you have a friend in Jesus.
Yes, indeed.
Turn back with me to Luke chapter 6. As we spend this time together in this series of messages, this series I've entitled Rebuilding the House. As we attempt to take an approach at understanding what the church must do and how the church must respond in these perilous times, it becomes necessary for us to first make sure that we are in a proper place for response.
Yes, Lord.
So from Luke chapter 6, I'm going to raise verse 48, where he says, He, this is Christ speaking, is like a man which buildeth a house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock.
All right.
I won't be before you long because, as I have been reminded, I do not have my own car keys. So I'm going to be brief. If not, Brother Raymond, you'll be giving me a ride home tonight. But I want to ask a question this morning. The last message we talked about Paul addressing the issues of the church and the fact that there was too much fighting and infighting and too many people who were not deep. And so when things happened, they simply fell away. But this morning, I want to ask a question. Is your foundation secure? Is your foundation secure? Anytime you build a house, the first thing you have to do is start with a firm foundation. It becomes necessary for us to make sure that the house has a good foundation because everything else in the house sits on the foundation.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what kind of windows you put in. Doesn't matter if you got a breakfast nook or a back patio. It does not matter if you got big plate glass windows. If it's red or yellow or green or blue. It doesn't matter if it's 1-story, 2-story, or 3-story. If you do not have a firm foundation, you have a very poor house.
Yes.
We see it all the time. When storms rise, we look at houses that have weak foundations, and many times those houses crumble and fall. Matter of fact, if you ever decide to go and buy a house, one of the first things people want to look at is what kind of condition the foundation is in.
Amen.
I offer up this morning that there are a whole lot of people walking around look good on the outside. Smell good, they got their hair done right, got the nice shoes on, nice suits on, got the right dress on. But Reverend Akins, there's a problem, and the problem is that they have a weak foundation. And because they have a weak foundation, they don't really have any Christianity at all.
Amen.
What do you mean there, preacher? Well, if you got a weak foundation, you don't really have much Christianity because you have nothing to stand on.
Right.
So when trouble comes, when things happen, everything just falls right on there.
Preach.
You know, it occurs to me this morning that many people in the church, I'm not talking about people who are not Christians, because people who are not Christians and have not dedicated their lives to Christ have no foundation at all.
All right.
They've got their foundation in money, and as any economist will tell you, money eventually will get funny. They may have their foundation in their physical health. And every doctor will tell you, every one of us will find ourselves on the decline at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about people outside the church. I'm talking about people who call themselves Christians.
Yes.
There are some people who call themselves Christians who have foundational issues that we in the church need to address. Because if we don't address our foundational issues that we have, we cannot properly address the foundational foundational issues of the world.
Amen.
It's funny, earlier in the 6th chapter of Luke, Jesus, before he starts in his dissertation about this, he talks about that the fact that there are too many people in the church who have beams in their own eyes and are trying to take the splitter out of the eyes of the people around them. They got problems that they need to deal with, but they're pointing at somebody else's problem. And we have to be mindful that every now and then we have to do a self-examination.
Amen.
You know, it's real funny. Every time you turn on a computer or a car or anything electronic, the manufacturer has built into the programming that as the moment it comes on, before it lets you touch a key or press a button, the system does a self-examination. It examines itself to make sure that it's in proper compliance, that it might run the way it's supposed to run. If you cut your car on and it doesn't go through a self-check and something goes wrong in the self-check, it cuts on the light to let you know we got an issue.
Amen.
We got a problem. Warning. If you cut on a computer and after it goes through a self-check, if there's a problem, there's a little message on the screen. We didn't shut down properly last time. How do you want to proceed?
That's right.
Yes.
In the church, every now and then, we have to be honest and say that if we're really plugged into Christ, every now and then we have to do a self-check. And one of the things we ought to check is our foundation secure?
All right.
Jamaica's, I'm reminded that some of us are like the 3 little pigs. Some of us are like the 3 little pigs. And you might be asking yourself, what does it mean by that? And what you need to be asking yourself is, which pig are you? Because the story says, there's a children's story, Sister Ding Bond, that says that there were 3 little pigs who were brothers. And you know, I can equate with that because I got brothers. So, but the 3 little pigs all built houses. And, you know, Brother Ray, they all 3 built their own house, and there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody wants to live in their own house, they can live the way they want to. But the story says that the first pig was lazy and just simply built a house out of straw. And so he had a house, but it wasn't a strong house. And so when the opposition came, when the wolf came, all he had to do was blow the house open. Some people are like that first wolf, that first pig. We don't want to work hard.
Amen.
We don't want to have to put any work in. We just want to get in something and just say we got something, and we want to play and laugh and joke and don't want to have to deal with anything. So we build weak houses. And when trouble comes, we get blown away. Maybe that's not you. Maybe you are that first pig. Maybe you're the second pig. The second pig thought he would do a little bit better than straw and build his houses with sticks. Get all these sticks together and, you know, let's be honest, you know, sticks are heavier than straw, so it looks like he might be on the right path, might be doing some good stuff. But the story says that because he built his houses with sticks, and he got done real quick too. And he had plenty of time to play. But the problem that he had was the sticks weren't bolted to anything. They weren't tied to anything. And so he just had a bunch of wood laying on top of itself. So when the wolf came and he huffed and he puffed, he knocked that house down right too. We have to be careful of those people who look like they got it together, but they're not bolted down to anything. They look good and they sound good. And then on the outside, Sister Glad being born, it looks like they got everything you want them to have. But when the wind blows, they slide right on off. You realize there is no foundation. That's why you can't go on everything you see. Every now and then, you got to try something. They say you try the spirit, try the spirit. But we all need to be like the third little pig. Third little pig, he must have been a worker. Maybe he was the one that did all the work at home when it was all living together. Because the scripture said that the story says that he built his house out of bricks. And then he built it, he had a floor put in a nice foundation. He built a nice brick house. And when the wolf came, he couldn't blow the house down. Well, how does this equate to us, Reverend Akers? Jesus told Peter, he says, Peter, Satan desires to have you, to sift you as wheat. He said, but I prayed for you that your faith fail not. Let me stop right there. disciples, who do men say that I am? And they started to say, some say you're Elijah or one of the prophets. Jesus heard them talk about what everybody says. So then he asked the question, who do you say that I am? Peter steps up, and I love Peter. You know, Peter's one of my favorite disciples. Peter, to me, can go some places. You got to love a disciple that has a Bible and a knife. Peter said, I can pray for you or I can pray over you. It's up to you. Walk around with a Bible and a knife. Oh, y'all do remember the story where the Bible says that on the night that Jesus was betrayed, that when the soldiers showed up, Peter pulled out a knife and cut off Malchus' ear. Yeah. Jesus had to hear it so he could go on to the cross. I like Peter because Peter just speaks his mind. All right. Peter says, thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. Yeah. And Jesus said, upon this rock, I'll build my church. And so Peter in that moment recognized who Christ was and had faith in who Christ was. Yes. In order for you to have a firm foundation, you got to have a rock in your foundation. Yeah. If you ever watch somebody build a house, you'll notice that they don't just go out there and start putting up wood to build a house. They clear the land. They get all the stuff out that ain't got nothing to do with a firm foundation. Right. They get all the leaves and the weeds and all the rest out. They clear the land and then they dig down. Yeah. And then they take concrete and after they formed up the side, the foundation, they take concrete and begin to pour because they want a solid foundation for the house. Yeah. Well, in that concrete are rocks and other materials that bond together and provide strength. Mm-hmm. In order for us to have a firm foundation, you got to start with the rock. Yes. And that rock is Jesus. Yes. If you are a disciple of Christ, and I'm not talking about the denomination, I'm talking about being a true disciple, you have to start with Jesus. Oh, yeah. Because Jesus is who we follow. He is the center and the circumference of who we are supposed to be. And so in your foundation, you have to have Jesus. Yes, you do. He says to them in the scripture that they are to hide the word in their heart. Mm-hmm. He says in verses 42, 43, and on, he talks about the fact that it is in their heart that they have to hide his word. Yes. So he says that out of the treasure of the heart come your words, either good or evil. All right. You got to have God's word in your heart. Yeah. Look at your neighbor and say it's in your heart. If you don't have Jesus in your heart, Jesus can't grow from your heart and come through your actions. You see somebody that doesn't know how to love, you see somebody that doesn't know how to act, they don't have Jesus in their heart. That's true. I said the other day, some of us know Jesus the way we know Michael Jordan, or LeBron James, or Cam Newton, or one of these boys. We can tell you their career highlights. We can tell you what they did on the basketball court or the football field. But we cannot pick up the phone and call them directly. Because we do not have their private number. No. Because we know of them, but we don't know them. Yes. I'm concerned that some of us know of Jesus the way we know of Michael Jordan. We do not have his private number. But we have his career highlights. We know that he was born in a manger. We know that his mother was a virgin. We know that at the age of 12 he confounded the scholars. We know that he walked on water. He turned water into wine. We know his career highlights, but we do not know him. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know him, you can't follow him. All right. All right. Jesus says, whosoever doesn't do what I say is like a man who builds his house without a firm foundation. That's right. Mm-hmm. See, here's the issue that we have in the church. The issue that we have in the church is that the church will constantly be battered by some storm. Mm-hmm. The church will constantly have something to deal with. That's right. Because when we look at the world and all the stuff that's going on in the world, it is the church who has to be the agent of change. Amen. And we want people to love each other better. We got to be able to demonstrate true love. Yes. If we want people to treat each other right, we've got to treat people better. Yes. It has to start in the church. Yes. You cannot regulate or morality. You cannot regulate good manners. You cannot regulate love. That has to come from somewhere.
has to come from the church.
Amen.
Why does it have to come from the church? Because we are God's ambassadors.
Yeah.
We are those people he said, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And we have to have a firm foundation. And our first thing in our foundation has to be Jesus.
Jesus.
The next thing in our foundation has to be his word.
Mm-hmm.
We don't just have to believe in him. We have to have his word in us. Now here's the thing. When you look at having a firm foundation, you got to put the foundation in the earth.
All right. All right.
Let me tell you what I mean. Brother Raymond, you just can't put concrete on the ground and call it a foundation. Because you put concrete on the ground, call yourself building a foundation, it's just going to go everywhere. And then it won't be deep enough or thick enough or hard enough to support the weight of what you need to put on it.
Yes.
So you've got to dig down in the earth. Make room for the foundation. And then put the foundation in the earth. Where are you going, my pastor? Well, if you read the Bible, Revelation, we were formed from the dust of the earth.
Yes.
Because the book says that in the beginning, when God said, let us make man, he scooped down and took some earth and formed man.
Yes.
So when we have to put the foundation in us.
Amen.
Let me say that again.
Yeah.
We have to put the foundation in us.
Yes.
That might mean that I've got to be willing to move some stuff out of me that is in contrast to the foundation I need to put in me.
All right.
Am I making sense?
Yes.
We've got to be willing to put Jesus in us, but then we've got to be willing to put his word in us and allow his word to get formed and hard in us so that it becomes unmovable.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you ever go by a building site, they prepare the ground, they pour the foundation, and then they let it sit. You don't pour your foundation on Monday and start firming your walls on Wednesday. It don't work like that. Because your foundation has to cure. It has to take some time to set up and get hard.
All right.
And so as Christians, we have to be willing to put God's word in us. And then take the time to allow God to work in us, to allow him to work his word, to make sure that the foundation is secure.
Yes.
What we see so many times is people who get a little bit of word, and then they want to run out and do stuff. And Sister Glad, as soon as life hit them, they fall apart. And then you look it up and say, well, I thought they said God told them to do this. And what you're looking at is an unformed foundation. You're looking at somebody who got a little bit when they needed a lot.
All right.
And so sometimes, depending on the weather and the conditions, you have to let a foundation sit sometimes for weeks. It's interesting. The one person who had the most books attributed to him in the New Testament is Paul.
All right.
Over a third of the New Testament is written by one person. But he had to wait 14 years before they would let him preach by himself. They had to make sure that the foundation was set. Right, because when they said, look, Paul, we remember that you used to be Saul. And we remember that you had all this stuff in you. So we're going to take a little bit of time to make sure all the old stuff is out. And that you're rooted and grounded in the new stuff. See, we got to get Johnny Walker Red out of here. And get the Holy Spirit in you. We got to get fussing and cussing out of here. And get praise the Lord and thank you, Jesus, and hallelujah in you. We got to get all the negative talk out of here and get God's word in you. We have to make sure that you have a firm foundation. And it becomes necessary for every one of us who calls ourselves Christian to make sure that we have a firm foundation.
Amen.
Because trouble will come.
Yes.
Definitely.
You know, we have a problem in modern Christianity. People take God's word and they twist his word. And people allow them to do it because they don't have a firm foundation, so they can't tell the truth from a lie.
Uh-huh.
And so people allow themselves to be led astray because their foundation isn't secure, because he said it right. Look, big deal. In class, just because a student says an answer boldly doesn't mean he said the answer correctly. And so, as a teacher, it's up to you to make sure that just because he enunciated and he pronounced all his words properly, that he gave you the right answer. Because for the student sitting in the corner who says, well, based on what he said, that he must be right, it's necessary for you to correct any mistakes.
Yes.
In the body of Christ, we can't get caught up just because they look good and sound good. We can't get caught up just because they use big words and we're able to put words together in just the right way. We have to know what's right.
Yeah.
And the only way to know what's right is to have the word in your heart.
All right.
There you go.
Amen.
Amen.
There are a whole lot of people. This is the problem the church has at its core, is that there are a whole lot of people who call Jesus Lord, but they haven't let him save him. And some of the people who come in, they're like that first pig. They weren't looking for a real good house. They were just looking for something to keep the rain off of them, something to keep the wind off of them. And there are people who come to the body of Christ, people who come to the church house, and they're not looking for salvation. They're looking for fire insurance. What do you mean? Well, I'm going to become a member of a church. And I'm going to let Reverend Makers lay his hands on me. I'm going to let Reverend Makers pray for me. That way, when it comes time for judgment time, I'm not going to hell. Because I can say, Reverend Makers, pray for me. And I'll join Mount Zion, and everything will be all right. That's fire insurance. And there are too many people looking for fire insurance. I don't want to burn in hell. So I'm going to become a member of the church.
All right.
But I'm not going to be committed to learning God's word. I'm not going to be committed to trusting in the Lord with all my heart and leaning to his understanding and not mine. I'm not going to be committed to those things because those things don't meet my agenda.
Amen.
But if anybody asks, I'm a member there. So when I die, they got to have a funeral there. Because I'm a member there. Because I need fire insurance. But I have no dedication. I have no foundation. So when trouble comes,
Lord Jesus.
Preach.
I don't run to the church house. I lock myself in my house. Because I don't know where to go. I don't know who to call. And when trouble comes to the door of the church, we have to make sure our foundation is secure.
Yes.
We've got to make sure that we keep our hand in the master's hand. And we let him lead us. For he says, he who keeps my word is like a man who dug deep. And see, here's the thing. You got to let God's word get deep inside you.
Amen.
Let it form up hard around you so that you can stand when trouble comes.
That's right.
Because if you don't, you be like that man in verse 49 who says he heard the word but he didn't do it.
Yes.
He didn't have a strong foundation. And when the waves came, they beat upon his house.
Yes.
They washed away the ruin. If we look at our neighborhoods, if we look at our communities, if we look at some of our churches, because people have not made sure they have a firm foundation, we see so much ruin in the world around us.
Amen.
There would be no need for social services if church was what it was supposed to be.
Amen.
Right.
There would be no need for the rescue missions and the angels of the CCs and the angels in the attic and all that good stuff if the church was who it was supposed to be.
Amen.
There would be no need for all these people trying to raise money because there'd be no homelessness. there would be no helplessness. Because the church would step in and remind people not just that there is a God, but we would act as God's representatives and help people meet their needs. Racism couldn't survive if the church was who it was supposed to be.
Amen.
Bigotry couldn't thrive if the church was who it's supposed to be. So we got to get our foundations right. We've got to get ourselves right before we can expect the world to get right. Because when they look at us, they ought to see so much Jesus in us that it changes who they are.
Amen.
There was a time when I was a little boy when you wouldn't even ride by the church with your music loud because you were afraid of being disrespectful.
Amen.
Now they don't know you're a preacher. Will cuss and fuss and fight and do everything right in front of you. And look at you like you're the one with the problem. That's because our foundation has gotten weak. But there's help and there's hope. There's other thing that I found out. But that if you find the house with a weak foundation, you can do some work to strengthen the foundation. To make the house all right. And we need to make sure ourselves and the people around us have firm foundation. All of us ought to be able to sing that song. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and his righteousness. I shall not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. Well, that's all I got. That's all I got for this week. So we stand all over the world. And as the choir begins to sing, I invite you to join in.
The world wants you